It's Friday and the final day of our video reports from Oshkosh 2010. And even on this final day, we're still finding some news. For instance, we all know the Apple iPad is going to take over the world. And now there's a company that's launched an LSA with one as an instrument panel. Various apps provide all the functionality. So all you've got to worry about is a 13-year-old in Singapore taking control of the aeroplane with his mobile phone. Secondly, a US company called Comlink has been hugely successful with a cockpit audio interface called Angel. It allows Bluetooth connectivity for iPods and other mobile devices. It's portable, so you don't have to leave it in the aircraft. And French company Behringer, the specialist in wheels, tyres and brakes, they've just launched an anti-lock braking system available for kit planes. First up in today's show, we take a look at the latest GPS and moving map from AvMap. It's called the EKP5. And we end the show with some of the highlights of the week. But first, quick on the draw, Richard with a fistful of LSAs.
Viewers' questions time again. Thanks for sending in your mails. Dennis Haman wrote in, what's happening with the Cessna Sky Capture? Seems to have gone a bit quiet, haven't heard much about it. Can you find out about it? Well, what better place to come than the Cessna stand and the Sky Capture itself? Now, you'll remember the Sky Capture. It was the first Cessna foray into the relatively new LSA category. So it's very simple, it's very light, sub 600 kilos. And it's been really, really enthusiastically welcomed by pilots. Of course, the LSA category is much easier medical, so a lot of guys are trading down from heavier 182s and 172s and so on, but they're still sticking with Cessna. They've sold over 1,000 of them, and it's already making its way into the hands of schools. Inside, very basic setup, has a Garmin G300 unit as standard. Get a ballistic parachute if you want, but really it's just a really nice training aircraft. Keep you going for short distances around your own airfield. It's a fun plane. So, what better place than Oshkosh to discover some more of its rivals in the LSA class? Let's have a look. So we go from Cessna's traditional high wing to probably what most people regard as its most direct rival, the Piper Sport low wing. Good clash brewing between Cessna and Piper, the two giants of GA here. Now, of course, we know this pretty well. It's based on the Czech Sport Cruiser design. We flight tested it. We've been really enthusiastic to see Piper take on this design. However, American pilots taken to it, though, is a little bit less well known. Well, the answer is really, really well. Piper have stolen a bit of a march because they're already delivering these. They've got some like 17 in the field already. Another couple of dozen will be out really soon. And the response from pilots is, as you'd imagine, really good. It's a little bit more expensive. The base model here is 123,000 and it goes up to 143,000, which has better avionics inside. However, 90% of the ones that they're selling are the very top spec, which even have an optional Garmin 696 GPS unit. So, from this, onto another design. So, we've seen a Cessna high wing and a Piper low wing, the two really well-established giants of GA. But of course, the LSA class has opened up this market in America to loads of new manufacturers that aren't quite so well known over here, but are becoming increasingly more so. This is a Remos GX, made in Germany. There's 300 or so flying worldwide, but about 100 of them already were in America. Now, every aircraft in this class needs a bit of an ace up its sleeve to differentiate it from everything else, aside from just price perhaps. This, on the Remos, is the fact that up here, just a couple of minutes, you can swing the wings back and you can just put it in a really small garage. You don't need to have a big old hangar for this. Now, another attraction on this is price. It's 132,000 base, which of course is a little bit more than the Sky Capture, but like the Piper Sport, it is more luxurious inside. In terms of translation to running cost, $50 an hour dry. That is what's making these aircraft so damn appealing to pilots and schools alike. Okay, let's look at another one. Now, of course, we couldn't come to Oshkosh without visiting old friends at Flight Design, the other German high wing. Of course, probably much better established than virtually anybody else in this market, one of the real pioneers. So how do you work the crowd in Oshkosh? Well, you offer money off, $10,000 off to people at the show that are interested in buying one of these. So, in terms of developments, well, this one hasn't got folding wings like the Remos, but it does have something quite new, as you can see down here. Now, floats, land on water. It's a $38,000 retrofit, and it should be approved within the next 2 to 3 months. It does come with a weight penalty, of course. It's an extra 200 pounds, which on an aircraft of this size would be pretty tragic in terms of the distance you would be able to go. But under the rules for the LSA class, you're allowed an extra 100 pounds of takeoff weight if you have floats. So in actual fact, you only lose about 100 pounds of weight. You do lose about 10 knots of speed as well, but beyond that, this is still a pretty amazing aircraft. So, got a high wing with folding wings, a high wing that can land on water. If only I could find one that did all that in one. Here she is. Of course, it's the Icon A5. This is the beauty of the LSA class. It's just got loads of cool new people in, bringing new designs, really enthusing pilots. So the A5 we saw it first time a couple of years back. A hell of a lot of progress since then. They're not really bringing out many new developments in this one. There's a few changes. They've tidied up the rear fuselage. They've changed some of the wing shape in order to make it a little bit more docile, less inclined to spin. But basically what they're saying here is this: we're on the way. It's not just a clever design anymore. Come and buy us. There's over 510 sold, or positions taken, I think they like to say. Many in Europe as well. The book price is still $139,000. That hasn't gone up. Basically, it's still the coolest, sexiest thing here. Aside from me, of course.
Thanks, Lone Ranger. Now, don't be a cowboy when you're flying your LSA. You need a moving map. Over to Daggers with the latest piece of kit from AvMap.
Now, avionics time. It's been 6 years since AvMap launched a new product, and here at Oshkosh they decided to launch the prototype of their new EKP5 GPS unit. Let's take a look.
Well, the EKP5 is a much faster product, a slim design, as you can see here. It has a new processor. It is able to work with a lot of more database. Much faster, as you will see on the screen. We have a new battery in it, 4 hours lifetime. The unit will charge the battery when it's taking the power. As you see over here, we have chosen for a new type of joystick. It is made of 2 parts, a wheel, which you can scroll down the menu. You can also use it as zooming in and zooming out on the map, on the moving map. Inside there is the joystick for the cursor and choosing your options into the menu. One of the new features of this EKP5, it will be possible to connect it with a docking station. The docking station is made by us, and you can connect more than one external device to this docking station, like a collision avoiding system or autopilot. And so we have 3 serial ports, 3 USB ports. So this unit will be capable to communicate with different devices at the same time. This product will be able to have XM weather. We will provide approach place, taxiways, vertical profile, a lot of features that we didn't have on the 4. As you can see over here, this is another new product we presented at Oshkosh. It is our own collision avoiding system. We call it INCAS, because you can integrate it with the device. That means that on the display you will see the traffic. So we have 2 devices, the INCAS as a standalone, as you will see over here, and a type of black box that's communicating, as you can see on this display, the traffic directly on the screen. The EKP5 will be available by the end of this year. The price will be around $2,000 or 2,000 euros.
Thanks, Daggers. And now to the best bits of this week. So that's it for our video reports from Oshkosh 2010. If you've missed any, they're still available online.
And remember, everything you've seen on our daily updates will soon be available on a spangly new online interactive Oshkosh Special magazine. So keep checking back at www.loop.aero.
Hey partners, you forgot to tell the folks at home that they can join us here next year, Oshkosh 2011. You go shoot an email to sam@loop.aero, you can join join our passenger.
Well, that's it, guys. Time to ride off into the sunset.